Well, hello everybody, Lamti here, and this is episode 8 of my City 2 Skylines series. And we're back, and look at this beautiful bridge we built last episode. Isn't it a beauty? That was so worth all the stress. It looks so fun. It's so pretty. I thought that'd be something nice to look at as we start this video. Because that was the main progress at the end of the episode last time. And I think I've finally fixed the city. I hope. I don't know. We're still losing money. So, not 100%, but we have fixed the garbage. I spent a lot more time doing it because I had trouble again with it. After I fixed it the last time, then I had problems again. Then I put another landfill in last time, and nope, that didn't fix things. So I saved up a bit of money and I got an incinerator plant because that was what we needed, because they weren't actually getting rid of the garbage. And now look at it, look, it's like not at school now, so that's so good. And then we got this one, which is just the same. They're not like red anymore, they're managing, they're keeping them top. And look at that, no garbage, no rubbish, no healthcare. I had to put more police station in somewhere. Where did I put it? There we go. We had a little small police station, if you remember, so I've had to upgrade that to a bigger one because they were all moving out and fleeing the city because it was a high crime risk, and that wasn't good. So I've put in a nice bigger police station, and that's keeping up now a bit more. So yes, and I think I had to upgrade a road to a 4-lane road somewhere, or here. I've upgraded this because the traffic was quite bad, and now look at it, there's no traffic on it anywhere. And people are finally happy. They're just not happy about the high taxes and the healthcare coverage, but we're getting there. Look at that. 7, you know, plus. It's all good. So anyway, yeah. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy I built that bridge, because that is helping with the traffic so much, because that other junction, which isn't really a junction, it's just a little thing, but look at it now, it's so quiet now. This one was struggling to keep up with all the traffic, so yay, we're all good now. Anyway, enough rambling, because I actually want to make some progress this episode, because I'm sick of seeing this city look the same. I feel like it hasn't progressed, it hasn't grown in a while, because I've had to fix it. And now we fixed it a little bit, I can expand a little bit, and I'm happy about that, because I really want to. And I'm thinking, trying to fill all my needs, residential needs and industrial needs today. So I'm going to try and fill in a little bit more of this area here. Just said I was going to do a while ago. I am going to expand, I think, to this little bit to finish this block off, so the actual roads connect somewhere, so that might help. And then I'm thinking I'm going to try and change some of these buildings to, you know, higher density, so some of them are all different heights, so I've got a nice skyline, because it looks a bit flat at the moment and I don't really like how it looks. So I'm going to try and do that and just try and grow a little bit, because we can't be like this forever. We've got to make progress, and I feel like we finally can now. I'll fix things, so I'm just going to get on with it. And I thought I'd do something a little bit different with this one and just make it all a time lapse, so I can actually get a good amount of progress done. And well, I didn't like some of the original audio I recorded, so I thought I'd try doing a voiceover. Don't know if I'm convinced by it yet, but hey ho, we're trying it. So first up, we're just expanding some of the forestry area we've got going on, just to finish it off, really. Just didn't really feel finished, and it felt like a wasted opportunity not to. Might as well try and make a bit more money in the city if we can. I mean, we're making some money from the forestry, and not as much as I thought it would initially. I feel like you can make way more money from making use of the fertile land with the actual farms and stuff. Or maybe it would be if I expanded the forestry even more. I don't know. I've never done forestry before, so I'm learning. Anyway, we're expanding our industrial park a little bit now. to start fulfilling our industry need. Yeah, you'll notice there's a lot of me jumping around in this episode, doing different things throughout the city. Just trying to finish things, fix things, you know. If you know me, it's just me being scatterbrained like usual. Just at a quicker pace. Well, welcome to my brain. I have to face on a daily. See, now we're just sorting traffic issues out. Oh, we jumped that quick. I swear that junction just keeps causing me issues. Oh, working on my favourite bit now. Now, at first in the video, I just wanted to expand and finish off the roads in Kingsburg. Then I realised I didn't actually like the area as a whole, and it needed some improvements. And you'll see in a second, I completely changed part of it up. It just felt like a nice though, seeing all the houses are crammed in. And yeah, that's what I was going for initially. But even now, I feel like it's too much. So it would be nice to use some of the new assets from one of the USA region packs to add some variety as well. And, well, some colour. All the other houses are all beige and grey and plain and dull and yeah, I don't want it all the same, you know. And I've kept a good section of it how it was. But it was just too much, so we're changing it up. Woo! Now I'm just making room for some of the new houses and tweaking the land, as we've got a bit uphill in this area. And I don't want it to look jank, you know, because it did look jank. And I didn't even realise that. And I realised that, I'm fixing it, so. And I actually want the city to actually look good, so you know. So I'm using a bit of the Move It mod here and then, using landscape tools to smooth out the land and such. I know I could have used the slope mode and then redrawn the roads, but I found it easier just using Move It. I guess I just got used to doing it this way in Cities 1. Just felt natural doing it this way. But I love that about this game. So many ways to achieve the same thing. You can use Move It, you can remove the roads, you can do this, you can do that. There's so many different ways. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now we're making room for a little area in the middle here for all existing housing. And wait till you see what this becomes shortly. It looks really good, if I do say so myself. I'm just taking out these roads in the middle to make some room. As you can see, it's going to be quite a big change. But it was much needed. I wasn't even going to go for this, but it just needed it. And I felt like as soon as I deleted the roads and dezoned it, it already felt less cluttered. And more like it was always designed that way. I then zoned some of the new houses in. Well, I thought I had. I ended up zoning the same as the ones that were already there. Oops. My bad. Then we moved those ones and waited for the right ones to zone in instead. Are you surprised I would do something like that at this point? It is a very me thing to do. I swear I had one job. One job. That may or may not have killed my demand a little bit. Whoops. Anyway, fix that. Now I get to play whack-a-mole on all the new houses growing in until they grow in the size I wanted. I did that for each row of houses until I eventually got them all the same. And it took a while, as you can probably imagine, because some are very determined to grow in the wrong size. Especially the last few, the stubborn buggers. The zoning in this game is so broken at times, and we all know that. You'd have thought the zoning would have been better than the first game, but hey ho. Thank God for mods. That zoning mod is brilliant though, and without it, this game would drive me a little bit crazy. But yeah, I think it was worth it in the end. And we even got to large city doing that, so that's fun. More expensive squares and money and such, yay! Oh, see, there's the stubborn ones I was talking about. There's that last section of houses going in, because I couldn't tell you if they were zoned in right or not. But now we know for definite they are. And boy, do they look better. So vibrant and colourful, and I love how they're all different in terms of how many floors they have. It adds a nice variety, if I do say so myself. I then added a few paths in before moving over to adding these two roads to fit in some new housing, which you'll see momentarily. Now, there we go. And making sure it's zoned right this time, because we don't want to make the same mistake twice now, do we? I've faffed around a little bit, as I do, and then use Move It mod to tweak the roads that I put in as well. Oh, and I do love me some Move It mod. And we put some trees in, and the nice area I was talking about. Yes, it's becoming a nice huge park for all the citizens. Starting with that park cafe asset, which is still a fairly new addition in the game, which I love so much. It's just perfect for this area. There's also that awesome shipping container park asset I put in. I think that's what it is. It looks so freaking cool. Been to a couple of places in real life that I've used shipping containers to turn them into a cool place to eat. Honestly, such a vibe. I put a bunch of other parks dotted throughout with lots of walking access to the park, and I zoned some shops in as there was plenty of demand for them, and I don't think there was really any local shops for the citizens nearby. And it won't be much of a park without lots of trees, would it? I just thought this was exactly what this area needed. I feel like it brings so much life to the city. Gotta have somewhere nice for the citizens. And it's aesthetically pleasing. And well, it's pretty. It's a win-win. They're happy, I'm happy. Now we're just finishing it off with the last little bits. With, you guessed it, more trees. I'm tree mad, I tell you. Can't go wrong with more trees. Then I just admired my handiwork for a moment. Not that you can see properly now, sped it up because I didn't like the original audio. But I'll show it off properly at the end of the video with the nice little fancy montage. Cool. Now we start working on the skyline with those high-rise buildings. Trying to mix the styles a bit so they're not all the same. I just wasn't happy with it. I'm still not fully. But it's getting there slowly. Many of the buildings owned in the same, it feels like. They're all the same height and yeah, it just looks flat. And well, not realistic in a busy city like this would be. I only did a few at a time because the amount of traffic they cause while people are moving in is ridiculous. And I don't want to break the city again after just fixing the traffic. So you see, I'll go back and forth to this during the video. Then back to improving Kingsbrook. I told you there's a lot of jumping around here. They're kind of just waiting to get more housing demand at the moment. Seeing as they killed it changing all the other houses and such. There was low density demand but no medium or high density, which is what we need to complete the area. I moved that firehouse because I think I kind of just chucked it in there when I originally placed the building, just so they had the firehouse, and it was in the way where it was, so I moved it. I think it's in a better location now. I then smoothed out some of the hilly terrain and just tweaked the end of that road and path with the Move It mod, as we don't really want that sinking into the ground now, do we? I was trying to make the road slope smoothly as I could with the terrain, instead of just flattening the land like my first instinct would be usually, because again, trying to be somewhat realistic. I'm still not fantastic with the terrain tools in this game, but I'm trying to get better at it. I thought this nice little semicircle at the end was a good way to finish off the roads in this area. Just added a little something different, and it's not that uncommon to find roads like that in reality. Then I just spent a few minutes going through and using the zoning mod so the houses actually grow in the way I want them to, and not just wherever they feel like it. Had a few problems with the zoning, I think, because of the roads being on the hilly terrain. I turn zoning off on certain parts of the road, you know, that kind of thing. Of course, I still didn't have any housing demand, but when I do, they'll all eventually fill out with houses now they're all zoned out as well. And I think it will look rather good when they do. Getting some more shops in there, and whilst I wait for more commercial demand to go back in, I tweaked more of the roads because some of the zoning was once again messed up, and the roads were all lumpy bumpy in places where they shouldn't have been. We don't want it so the cars look like they're trying to ride a freaking roller coaster. Jesus, imagine that. That would be a funny sight. Woohoo! Now I'm just thinking about Planet Coaster 2, which I haven't stopped playing recently. And if you've played the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, went off on a tangent there for a second. Oh, and I didn't like those shops apparently. No, I needed to fix the road and the terrain again. It was bugging me. I can't help it, my little perfectionist brain. Hence this video being a time-lapse. Anyway. And, well, I just wanted it to actually look right. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, it does look a bit jank, and the roads all dipped with the terrain stupidly, and none of the small junctions were even remotely a similar height with one another. I know you get roads that do dip like that, but you still want a balance and some to be similar. You still want roads to make for a smooth driving experience. I put a sports park in there as well, which I do think looks rather good. with a few more shops here and there. Some of the new assets are just brilliant. Shame it took a while to get them, but I'm happy we do now. And now back to the industry, because I got a bit more industrial needs, so I was filling it in where I still had a little bit of space. Didn't need to put money in, but it was enough to fulfill my need. Then I realised my schools were all full, so I added extension wings to the schools where I could, and put a new school in Kingsbrook in a second. Because I realised I hadn't put a school in there yet, and there was quite a lot of children in the city. There's definitely not enough schools in the city yet, but placing the schools in the game is quite expensive. Especially when your city was struggling so much with the rubbish. So much that you put all your money into fixing it. Hey ho, what can we do? There's the new school. Then I realised I used all my money on the school, so I tweaked the budget on things. Trying to balance things because I started to lose money again. Shocker there. Kinda just was letting it make more money again while putting in some more shops throughout the city. Because that's where all my demand was. Just no residential need, but it is what it is. I feel like I was making it work though. I guess some of it's because I've got so many people living in high density buildings. People were probably still moving into some of them. While I was waiting, I started paying back the loan I got again. The quicker I paid it off, quicker I would make more profit. I gave that new school some parking, which was already completely filled. Yay! Definitely need more schools adding further down the line. Love that for me. Something else to deal with later. I really need to make more money in this game. But hopefully, all the work I'm doing this episode will sort that out eventually. Now a few more shops here and there, just trying to put them where I think they make sense. Back to the industry. I told you I was fulfilling my needs this episode. And finishing that industrial area, seeing as we have completely filled that starting industry area now. Gotta give jobs to people. My unemployment rate in the city is quite high, I believe. When I looked, it was like 20-something%, which, like I said, quite bad. I know it ideally should be under 5%. Well, I think. If I remember right. You'll see in a second just how quickly all the buildings fill in. I definitely had the demand for the jobs. I might need to turn the tax rate up on the industry though. I don't know if it's so low I'm getting all this demand because of that, or just because there's so many people living in the city. I feel like it is the right amount of industry for the size city it is. I don't really want to extend the industry much more than the area I've allocated it for now. At least not until I expand the city further. But I might have to, like I said. Might just because there's so many people, I don't know. I've still got a bit more space here for now though, if I do need more industry. Finally got more residential demand. Hallelujah! So back to the city and putting some more high-rise buildings in, which didn't take long to cause more traffic. No surprise there! Yay! How ecstatic! Nah, I actually don't mind doing the traffic sometimes. Feels like a good challenge to fix. Yeah, I didn't realise it yet, but I caused a lot of traffic there. It backed up quite a bit, as you'll see momentarily. Wait for it, wait for it. There it is. Yeah, it was bad. I just tweaked some asymmetrical roads here and there, and the traffic lights, and checked all the lanes were doing what they were supposed to. Just needed to let them move in, to be honest. I kind of just watched the traffic to see what some of the cars were doing. Wasn't much more I could do than that. Changed up another couple buildings and gave them some parking. I upgraded another road there and made sure it had dedicated turning lanes. Removing the traffic lights that the game puts on automatically sometimes. Making sure who needed priority had it, that kind of thing. Some of the cars were just getting in the way of each other. I was trying to look at some of the buildings I didn't like as much to replace. And then I was just checking to see if the traffic had cleared up. Got the last bit of my loan paid off, which is a bonus. Hopefully won't need to get another one now. I got a lot of the budgets back up to 100%, which should help things massively with helping the citizens' needs taken care of. And it was still making profit after the fact, so I feel like we're getting there for now. Not too shabby. Now I'm just putting some paths and trees in to make the new and improved area look nicer while making some more money after using it to pay that loan off. Gotta make it look somewhat pretty, especially while I'm time-lapsing this. I always find the best time to add some detail to the city is when you're struggling to make money. It's a good way of passing the time. I kind of just put some trees in for now where I think they were needed, especially where the new school is. I did all around the back. Kind of like it's supposed to be the school grounds, you know. It just felt so bare and blank. I think it still needs some more detail, but I'll add that in another time. Just for doing some basics for now. I could spend hours detailing if I wasn't recording, but the goal was just to get as much as I could ticked off this episode. I zoned a few more of those new houses in, and I bulldozed a few small ones I'd missed growing in, and manually plopped a few in just to fill in the gaps here and there. As you might see briefly, whilst I was concentrating on everything else, I kind of neglected health and death care in the city, and it was definitely in need of being sorted. Whoops. Especially since as this was one of the things I turned down on the budget. Apparently there were a lot of people waiting for dead bodies to be picked up, and I didn't even realise that at first. My bad. I went to put a crematorium in, but I forgot I'd already had. And then I thought the medical clinic could do with an extension wing, but it would have overlapped everything no matter where I put it. Sure, I moved the firehouse over, which definitely would happen in real life. Yeah, of course. That's totally how that would work. Yeah. I plopped it in, gave some walking access, and deleted the hedge that was around the medical clinic, and redrew it, because as you saw, it was overlapping. Then added some trees to finish the area off. And I did a bit of work on one of the junctions as well that was causing some problems. It took a bit of tweaking here and there. As you can see, I upgraded the ends of the roads, giving them an extra dedicated lane, and made sure the improved road was set up how it was supposed to be. I didn't want anyone making U-turns, or any unsafe turn-ins, you know, just because it seems to be a busy junction for the most part. I then was figuring out the best place to try and fit another crib in, because I realised there was nowhere near enough in the city. I think there was only one by the medical clinic and the big cemetery, but that was about it. For a city with over 40,000 citizens, I don't think that was good enough. I didn't just want to plonk it down anywhere, you know. I wanted to put it in where it made some sense. I feel like you wouldn't have them everywhere in a real city. Most times I feel like one generally covers an area, but people seem to drop like flies in this game, so you know. I eventually settled on one in this area near another school. I then found an area behind some shops I felt like another creme would work. So I put in a nice little parking road for the shops and then built a little side street for this creme. But I spent all my money again, so I think I just put a little church in that counts as death care. Mainly for something different, but something affordable. It feels like it fits in the area as well. Be their local church, I guess. It is actually a nice asset as well. I was just getting rid of some of the trees in the road as well, because I forgot I had anarchy on, and I can cause chaos and havoc when I have anarchy on. It was only a few, but still, not the point. Then, because I spent all my money again, I went back to the new school in Kingsbrook we placed earlier, and you guessed it, started adding paths and trees in the area. Damn the difference it makes putting those bits in. It just brings it all to life, honestly. Such an important part of building a city. Sure, you can have it functional, but it needs to be somewhere people actually would want to live. I would love at some point to add more in-depth detail, perhaps in the next city I do, or in this one in the future, depending how big this city will end up being. I watch a lot of Biffa, and I love seeing how much he's been detailing now, with the in-game assets, and not just with the trees and paths. And it totally transforms the area, when he's done what he's done. Oh my god. I feel like I could spend forever detailing, but like I said, just putting trees and paths in is a great way to start. And yeah, I could use a tree bush and just plonk down a bunch of trees everywhere, and sometimes you want that, like in a forest. But placing them manually sometimes just gives you the look you're going for. I think it just depends what you're going for, really. I then added a couple of tiny park assets in front of the parking for the school to give it a little something, and it seemed like the perfect spot for them. Then I think this was when I realised the school was full, so I added an extension wing on the top and put a little park next to the school for some entertainment for the kids, and added a sneaky little tennis court in there as well, which fit in there almost perfectly. Didn't even plan for that. It was a happy little accident. I was very much in a detailing mood at this point. This was the second half of the video where I went back and recorded this footage without any audio. After I turned the video into a time lapse, I took out most of the original audio. It ended up being way too short to be a full video, and it didn't feel like enough progress, so I added this bit in. I'm so glad I did, because I think the city looks so good now. Definitely created way too much work for a video. Never doing this again. Don't even want to know how long it's took me. Anyway, but I think for now it's turned out good. It's all turned out well, so I think it was worth the effort. Even if it was a pain in the arse, but you know. Not that anyone really watches it, but you know, whatever. I like it, so who cares? I've come to realise with this video that I'm not going to be one of them YouTubers who makes lots of progress in one episode of something. Like I tried to do with this video. It just creates way too much work and stress for a video. Just for something that only a few people might watch at this point. Doesn't seem really worth it. I just want to enjoy the process and take my time and have fun. That's the whole point after all. Even if I do end up spending a whole video just doing one little thing, I'm not worried if it's perfect or not. I just want to enjoy the game and not think of it as making content. And not get ahead of myself like I always do. I'm always just trying to do too much. But that's just me. So here I am, can't help it. And it's all a learning curve. Still figuring out this whole YouTube thing after all. Now we're back to the city for one last time this episode with a few more high-rise buildings. And then I remembered we'd hit large city earlier, so I had unlocked the high-rise office buildings. So I took out all those low density offices and replaced them with the new ones. Finally! I've been wanting to put them in for the longest of times. I said I was going to try and do that. And now we are! And I couldn't be happier. Yay! 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 Yeah, I was a bit excited there. I was trying to get a cool shot of them going in for a second. It didn't really work the way I wanted. I didn't think of using the photo mode in game to make a cool cinematic shot until after the fact. But oh well. It's still nice to admire them going in for a minute and admire the beauty of them. Well, that added to the skyline just a bit, didn't it? This was definitely more what I had in mind for the skyline. It's not fully there yet, but it's so much more improved now. I plopped a few more different high-rises in a few places. I think I kind of just need to let them level up a bit and see how tall they actually end up being, because I can't tell you, to be honest, right now. I just don't want them all to be the same height. I still think I need a few more in a few spots, but it'll do for now. To finish up, I actually remembered I need a little thumbnail for this video for once. I never remember when I've got the game up and I don't think I turn the UI off to do it. So I'm proud I remembered, okay? Especially when I feel like I finished off and sorted out quite a bit this episode, so yay! Even though it was a pain, but hey ho, we're here now, yay! Yay, 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 yay! And now we get to look at the city with some nice shots with the photo mode in game. Because I went back and added it in because I felt like it needed it, just to show everything off properly. Because as good as it is in the time lapse, you can't actually like see everything properly. Well, you can, but it's kind of sped up in places, like the new little area with the park and everything. We want to admire that thing. Yeah. Just a few shots here and there, you know. I love all the work we've done this episode. It looks so good. I'm so proud of it. And now we get to just go back to normal and just do a normal one next time. And it'll be all fun. And I'm sorry it's took me so long to finish this video. I've been trying. Well, I was trying and then I put it off a bit. And then I didn't know what to do with it. Then I started doing it. Then realised how much work I made and, well, you know. We're here now, so we're not worried. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like it and subscribe. And look out for the next one. And hopefully it won't be too long until the next one comes out again. Because finally got some time to record again. So I'm so happy. I'm going to make more videos. So yeah. Thanks everybody. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye.